Welcome to my fragrance show. We'll learn together and grow together. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Welcome to my fragrance show. I am Marshall's Blends Fragrance, and today is going to be day number 12 and 13 with Niche for All. We're going to be smelling Benzo, Vanille, Oriental Incense. Oriental Incense. The notes are oregano, pepper, bergamot, incense, amber, opapnax, labdanum, oud, woodsy notes, and patchouli. Let me tell you that incense, it hits you right off the bat. It smells really good. I had sprayed it previously on my arm to be able to give it a chance to develop and macerate. And let me tell you, it just stays a beautiful incense fragrance. So if you're looking for an incense fragrance that is wearable, that isn't going to be something that would be overly incensey or smoky, this one really hits the mark beautifully. The oregano, you do get some oregano energy there. Bergamot, of course, you get that citrusiness, like a zest almost. So it's not a citrus fragrance at all, but the zestiness from the bergamot, you are able to get it. Can I tell you something? It's almost like a incense fresh. How would I say it? Fresh incense? Almost like a fresh incense. That's what it's almost like to me when you first spray it. And as it develops, it just becomes this, I'm gonna say almost vanillic ambric incense. So the incense does stay from opening to end. I like it. This would get a 45 out of 10, and I would know who to give it to. This is definitely a fragrance for those who like incense fragrances. And it does project very well. I can tell you that off the bat. Now let's try the Benzo Vanille. Benzo Vanille. I already sprayed some there, so I'm letting it macerate, let it macerate there. But the first shot it's interesting. I can tell you I placed this in the same spot as Sea Mint, where it's not one that I am crazy about. It's a good fragrance. It definitely, dries down a nice vanillic type of a smell, but it's not one that I'm like bonkers about. So this one would get a 22 out of 10. It's one that I would purchase for myself, obviously, and I would give it to someone who likes vanilla, and it would be targeted to a specific person that I would give it to. But it's good. It's good. The notes for Benzo Vanille are benzoin, labdanum, vanilla, iris, gaiac wood, patchouli, sandalwood, rose, and bergamot. So this is one of the few fragrances I've seen that has bergamot at its base. I'm not picking up on the rose, but it's possible that it's there and it's creating an almost a smoothness. I'm gonna say a smoothness, not necessarily a powderiness, but a smoothness, a calmness to the fragrance. But it's a good fragrance. So this one gets a 22 out of 10. Benzo Vanille, 22 out of 10. Incense, Oriental Incense, gets a 45 out of 10. It projects really well. It keeps its incense energy throughout the entire life of the fragrance, and it's not overwhelming majority. Why do I say that? Because for some people, incense, period, is too much, you know? But it's one of those that is not an overly incense smoky. It's an incense where you're able to enjoy the smell of the incense sans fume. Make sense? Thank you for visiting. Goodbye, my lovely fragrance blenders. I'll see and smell you soon. Ciao, e ci vediamo domani e parliamo pronto. Side note, the two of them blend perfectly together. Like, together, they are a 50 out of 10. Like, they blend perfectly together. Just saying.